Hi. I just have a couple of points that I want to add to all of these great speakers. The first one being just that that we also need to pay attention to, in addition to co-pays and whether or not something's reimbursed, that there is a cost to the individual to take time off work and to go to visit a practitioner, or even if if they have a self-care practice, they need to be trained on that, but then they need to take the time during the day. And comparing the time and effort cost of that to popping a pill, is a really, it's something that needs to be paid attention to. Doesn't mean it's a complete barrier, but I do think that patients, we don't want to lead patients astray on this. It's like, no, this is a different approach. I think when they get educated, they're willing to do that, but we do need to pay attention to that affordability aspect. And then the other thing that I want to bring up here is about the fact that chronic pain is chronic, okay? We have this illusion and this attitude about, oh, well, all you need is 4 visits to the acupuncturist and you're done. And if you go back for needing 4 more, boy, you get a little bit of a grilling going there. And what if you actually, if you read in the guidelines those that actually say any guidelines, they say, okay, as long as it's improving, great. But if you hit a plateau, then, oh, you have to stop. And it's like, what? Wait a minute. This person with chronic pain has just found a way to manage their pain. And now you have to take them off of this thing that works and let them start again because and it's, if you take that into consideration in comparison to the previous slide, that there's an actual cost. It's like if somebody had unlimited visits to a chiropractor, you think they're going to live there at the chiropractors? I have an older brother who is, I'm from a large farm family in the Midwest, and he's still a farmer. And he has back pain. Oh, surprise, surprise. He's out there working all the time. And he actually went to his doctor. His doctor told him never to go to a chiropractor because he could be ruined for, And so he had injections, which worked twice, but then didn't work anymore. And they were talking about surgery. And he didn't go to surgery because he couldn't take time off from farming. I mean, you don't call in sick on a farm, right? So he was trying to find a time in the season where he could take the time it would take to get back surgery. And during that time, luckily, my mother, who is, talked him into going to an acupuncturist. And what he and my mom now go every 2 to 3 weeks. He found out that that's the exact amount of time that he needs every 2 to 3 weeks, and he can manage his back pain. And he's been fine ever since. And he's a very conservative guy, so he will barely talk about it. He talks about how expensive that nap is because he always falls asleep for the thing. But we're dealing with people with chronic pain. One of the data sets we're looking at is an average of 14 years these people have been living with this pain. And, it's sort of like if they figured out how to deal with it, you kind of got to let them.